Discussions. Let's talk about how we set up a discussion in D2L. So what we're going to do is click on Discussions. And it gives us the screen right here. And what I want to show you how it's laid out is by form and by topic. So we have the major issues here, and then the topics are where we individually post the questions. And the students can only respond to a topic. They cannot respond to a forum on there. But the forums can set the characteristics for the topics, and you'll see that in just a moment. So we'll actually click up here and we'll click New Forum. Okay, so now what we're going to do here, we'll call this Authors. And if we like, we can go ahead and give it a quick description. Discussion about the authors in the book. Now we have two options here: allow anonymous messages, and messages must be approved before being displayed. Allow anonymous messages. If you check this, the students will be totally anonymous. You will not, as an instructor, know who posted what. So use that cautiously. If you're doing a very controversial topic, you may want to check this box. That means you get to see it first, and then that way you can approve it or monitor it as need be before it goes up before the whole class. So if you're doing something very controversial or something that's sensitive on that, you may wish to do this option right here. Availability. We can set a visibility, whether it's always visible, we can hide the forum, or we can set up a specific date range. So that's all right here. Locking options. Here's where we can actually lock the forum at a certain time frame right in here. We can lock it at as we wish right there, or we can keep it unlocked. So basically, if we lock the forum, we bake it. Students cannot respond or post anything to the discussion or the forum when we do that. So the locking options are right here on that, and then we can hit save or saving at a topic. So if you're starting up a brand new discussion area on this, a lot of times you can do save and add a topic, and they'll take you right into the topics, and the topics are where the students get to respond to your particular questions. So just so you can see it up here, we're going to go ahead and click save. Okay, we'll come back, scroll all the way down, and we'll hit close. Now let's look at what happened to our forum here. You'll notice now we have a brand new forum. Here's our description about authors. Okay, so now let's go ahead and add a topic. So we can add a topic right here, or once again we can come up here and say add a topic. You have choices. So we're into the new topic screen. We get to choose which form do we want to put this under. We'll put it under an authors. Okay. And let's do famous passages of Douglas Adams. List your favorite quote and why. There we go. Now you'll notice under options we have the same two that we had under the forum, but we have one more here. A user must compose a message before participating in the topic. So before they get to see what everybody else has written on this, if this is checked, they must compose a message first on this. So this is really great if you want to enlist a genuine response. So if you got a problem with a dominant personality in your discussion boards on that, and everybody's sort of following that dominant personality on that, checking this box here can actually help enlist more genuine responses from your students. So that's an option out there. Once again, we have the availability, and we have the locking options. Now realize this, it's underneath the forum, so the forum governs what's underneath it on that. So you can't, if the form is hidden and you have this visible, unless the form is visible, the topic won't be visible on that. So just realize it's a top-down schema. So, but we do have availability dates. We have the same thing with locking dates. Okay. I'll show you restrictions here. Okay. Once again, it's attach existing, create and attach. It's the same things we've seen in all of the other modules. They work the same way. Same thing with the group restrictions. Assessments. So here's where we can actually put a point value on the assessment. So once again here, I've got a column here, my gradebook, homework 3. So we're actually going to tie this to the homework assignment, or to the homework 3 assignment in the gradebook. If I needed a spot in the gradebook, I can hit new grade item, and that will open up the gradebook windows, and we can create that column. I can put the score in here out of 15. If I want to add a rubric, I can do that. Okay, we can do assess each message and automatically calculate the top score if we wanted to. So what this is saying here is if they've got multiple responses going on here, we can pick the average score, we can pick the maximum on that, we can pick the minimum. So depending upon how we've, if the students is answering multiple times and you're scoring on this, this can allow you to easily pick the best score for that student. And we can go ahead and click Save. One more thing to point out here, objectives. Once again, if you're like in education or some other body there that has specific ties to the criteria for certification and that type of thing, objectives are usually used for that. So we'll go ahead and we'll click Save. We'll hit Close, and there is our discussion board. And that's how you set up a discussion board in D2L.